My camera is really, really weird, and I don't know what the hell's gone wrong here. Like what? How does it look your end? Does it look okay? This is all really strange. And I don't like it. Hello, Lee, how are you doing? Something's not right here. It's awful. Never mind. You look beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. That's lies, but thanks. My hair needs shaving. My beard needs shaving. I do not look beautiful. So I spoke to Marcel. Here we go. Let's take a look down here, down here, down here, down here. This is me annoying. There we go. So I spoke to Marcel and asked, hey, Marcel, does your Laravel WebSockets package has the same 10 kilobyte message size restrictions as Pusher, please? If you remember last time we had that problem where we couldn't use Pusher. We couldn't use Laravel Broadcasting in the way that I wanted to because Pusher had the 10 kilobyte limit and I wanted to be pushing the state as a JSON blob from the back end, not adding in the extra HTTP request. I'm sure the people who were here last time will remember that. And hello, Felix. Hello, Ben. So I asked Marcel if the Pusher replacement that he wrote would fix that. And he's like, no, you can customize it. So I was like, oh, this is amazing, thanks. We'll be looking at using it on stream tomorrow. Do you think this is a problem to send data in the event message, say 250 kilobytes of JSON? Marcel's like, nope. I'm using it in a package where I send huge amounts of HTML content via WebSockets and it works fine. I'm guessing that's Livewire, right? So I'm guessing this is what powers Livewire. But anyway, so today, I do not know how long we'll be able to stream, but what I want to do is to replace, excuse me. What I want to be able to do is to replace, did you get an ad? You shouldn't get an ad. You're a moderator, Felix. That's disgusting. That's awful. Felix getting ads. Disgusting behaviour. We need to fix that. So yeah, that's... I know you can't really see my Twitter behind there, but that's like by design. So yeah, so what I want to do today is install Laravel Stream, Laravel WebSockets, and then I want to I did. And then I want to refactor so that we don't have to have the extra API call. 22 months in a row, Felix. Awesome. Thank you. I don't deserve you. I do deserve you. So, that's what I want to do. Distractions abound. Okay. So, what I need to do now is remember exactly how the hell this app worked. I guess that we can check what we have running here, right? So we've got npm running for mix. We've got Laravel PHP artisan. No, that's the queue for the workers. That's what we need to remember. I deserve 75% of you. Okay. I mean, how can I argue with that? This is the web app. I don't want to use this. I want to use this. This is the web app that runs the front end. This is where we run commands, right? To update the back end. Who knows what this is? And who knows what this is? So let's have a bit of tab amnesty. There we go. Right. So if we log in, we get to in and log in. Remember me, log in. CSS is so good. What? Okay. So this is working, but we have to do all those stupid HTTP requests, right? I didn't leak any of my secrets, did I? Huh? Did I? Did I really leak my secrets? I didn't remember leaking secrets. What did I leak? My camera's all choppy and I hate it. I had to knock it down to 720p because something's awry here. Don't like it. I don't believe I leaked my secrets. I'm going to manually, like, knock that down by 1. Okay, so let's go here. Laravel WebSockets. Damn you. I got new headphones and they are really cool. I got new headphones, right? And they're really, really, really cool because they're mega... They're called open back headphones, so you can hear the outside world. They're not like closed cap ones like these, where they like stop you from hearing the outside world. So I can hear if anyone knocks the door or, you know, whatever. And they're really, really, really cool, but they push on the side of my head. Like the springiness of them is... I don't know if I need to make them bigger to stop that happening. But then they're like, there's a massive gap between my head and the headphones. They're so comfy though, apart from the pushing into the side of my head. There we go. Excellent. Okay. Distractions abound. Let's do this. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Doodle-doo. Try it and see. Try it and see. Okay, installation. I didn't make T, so I'm going to have to take an AFK once we've installed this. Composer require beyond code Laravel WebSockets. We can do that. Okay. Okay. Beyond Laravel requires Guzzle. Found Guzzle 1.5. Package is fixed to 2.1. Huh? I never know how to fix this. This always makes me nearly cry. Use the... Okay. I actually read the error message myself, Felix, thanks. Yeah, now we have all sorts of other problems. Composer JSON requires Laravel 8.65, found 8.65, but they were not loaded, likely. Yeah, what? What? Why is nothing ever easy for me? Oh, okay. That one is easy enough to fix. Ugh. That's easy enough to fix, right? Because we're not going to be using the pusher app. Okay, we can fix that. We can let's see if we can knock some of these off. Let's change that to 5. Oh, remove it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea, good idea, good idea. Remove it, because we're not going to need it anymore, right? Via the CLI. Oh, yeah, okay, I should have. Don't tell Raphael Doms that I did that via the text file. Okay, cool. So, then we should at least have fixed one of the problems, right? This is all because I'm on PHP 8.1, all of this yellow stuff, so ignore the yellowness. Composer JSON requires Laravel Framework 8.65 or above. Found Laravel Framework 8.65. But these were not loaded, likely because it... Okay, I didn't read that now. Thank you again, Felix. I owe you tea. Root Composer. Right. I don't know how to fix these. I hate this crap. You can also try rerunning Composer with an explicit version constraint. I don't know why this is... Why is this a problem? I'm so bad at this crap. I'm so bad at this crap. Okay. Delete the lock file. I mean, I could do that. It just needs a generated lock file in order to... I need a lock file, right? In order to do an install. To do a require. Remove Breeze. Does Breeze gives me this login stuff though, right? Okay. I'm gonna type rem minus rf composer dot lock. You mean, right? Because there's no such thing as composer lock.json. Yeah. And then do another composer install. Generate a new lock file. I guess that's what Jim was saying, but it's fine. Yeah, I understood that I didn't need the RF. It's fine. Mike got cold tea and I'm going to make a brew in the next. If I haven't made a cup of tea by 11:30, remind me. Okay. Yeah, it isn't sorted though, because I haven't required beyond code Laravel WebSockets yet. And it's the same problem. I need Breeze for the login stuff, but does that just, like, can I remove Breeze once I've generated the files? I suspect I can, right? Try it and see. Okay, I will. Composer, uninstall, remove. Laravel Breeze. Laravel could not be found, but it is present in require dev. Yes, remove it from require dev. Get rid of that crap. Bye-bye. Now we require... I'm enjoying that music. I guess I need Laravel UI, right? What's it saying about that? Laravel UI is locked to version 3.4. And an update of this package was not requested. Laravel UI requires Illuminate validation 8.42 or 9. Found Illuminate validation 8.42. But these were not loaded because it conflicts with another require. Root Composer requires Laravel Framework 8.65. Found Laravel Framework 8.65. I don't even know what these errors mean. I just don't even know what these errors actually mean, because it's saying these were not loaded. Well, so freaking what? Right, I'm just going to blindly type stuff into my console that I see in chat. Yeah, there's the problem. If I remove, right? Was it remove? Laravel UI. That breaks everything, doesn't it? I don't get my authentication anymore, right? Ooh. What is the error? In order to use the auth... Yeah, okay, so that's definitely a problem. It's fucking shit. Fucking crappy fucking... UI has a conflict with updated versions of Laravel. It shouldn't though, should it? I think that's a good idea, Jim, to be honest. I think that's a reasonable idea. Okay. Laravel WebSockets requires Guzzle HTTP PSR 7 greater than 1.5, but the package is fixed to 2.1. Well, that is greater than 1.5. Oh no, okay, that's a problem. That is a problem. But we can fix that. Okay, stop it. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, Composer require Laravel UI greater than 3. Laravel UI of any version of 3 greater than 3.4. What? Okay, I missed a call on. Composer update Laravel framework with dependencies. Right, now do we think that's going to work? Why is this so hard? God damn it! Illuminate validation is the problem, right? Can we, like, lock that? See, I don't understand what this error message means. Root composer.json requires Laravel framework version 8 greater than 8.65. Found Laravel framework version 8.65.0. But these were not loaded, likely because it conflicts with another require. It's nonsense. That's fine. That's fine. What something is saying that I don't even know what this error message means. Composer.json requires Laravel framework 8.65 or above. Don't go to 9. Found Laravel framework 8.65.0. But these were not loaded, likely because it conflicts with another require. Okay, here's a genuine question here, right? Update all things, okay? Okay. And if that doesn't work, do you think that we fork the package, right? And then update its dependencies ourselves so that they match with these newest versions. You know, this is probably a problem because Laravel WebSockets is pinned on an older version of Laravel, right? Do you think that's what the problem is? Well, let's take a look. See, there's me thinking this is going to be a really fun stream that didn't need any help. Sorry, I was reading something on my WhatsApp, which is very rude of me when I'm on stream. Okay, so. Okay, so what this is the problem we've got now, right? Is that one of these dependencies is requiring a version of Laravel, right? Is that what we think? That's what I think. We've got all these already because it's a Laravel app. We've got that. I could ping Marcel about it, but I don't really want to bother him over this. Oh, is there a 2.0 beta tag? Do you think that fixes this? That's a good point. How do I use a tag version rather than I do composer require and then I say what version I want? The tag name? Can I even do that? Am I clutching at straws? I can't even copy and paste that because of course I can't. Of course, it would be way too freaking easy if I could copy and paste this, right? Well, do I just specify 2.0.0 beta 0.36? I don't even know if that will work, but I am definitely having a I don't know if it... did it just ignore the tag then? Okay. Needs the colon. Colon. Let's try it and see. Root composer.json requires Laravel 8.65. Found Laravel framework 8.65, 8.x dev. But these were not loaded, likely because it conflicts with another require. Laravel UI is locked. Is this a problem with Laravel UI, do you think? What happened when I removed Laravel UI? I forgot. It's not on GitHub, but I am on PHP 8.1. Do you think that's the problem? I could easily roll back. This breaks because of the auth roots thing, which is easy to fix. Okay. This is now all broken. It's not broken. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I can live without auth in the short term. Yeah, but this means any version of 8 point something not rolling over to 9, right? So yeah, even for PHP. So 8.1 matches greater than 8, less than 9, essentially. Okay, now we've removed one problem. Composer.json requires Laravel framework 8.65. Found Laravel framework 8. So I don't really want to lock Laravel framework to 8.65, but I think that'll just like solve the problem in this instance. Yeah? I mean, there's probably going to be bugs. Hang on. Switch to PHP 8. Okay. Okay, so undo this. No. Oh. Brew link PHP at 8.0 force. I am on 8.1, right? Yeah. Brew install PHP 8.0. There's no point in it, is there? It's this, right? Is there a point in it? I forget. God, programming's so hard. No wonder nobody likes doing it. Good morning. I am Jose Postiga. Probably butchered your name as usual. So this is still 8.1, right? Because I didn't link it. Brew link PHP 8.0 force. Overwrite the links, please. PHP-V. Lovely. Composer install. Oh, okay. I required it in my... I only did that because I wanted... No, it doesn't. I just changed that. It doesn't, though. What? What? Lock does, JSON doesn't. I didn't actually mean to do an install. Thank you, Jose. I actually meant to do an app, and I update, and I did an install instead, like a noob. Is it going to work? It's going to work. Fucking hell. Oh. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Have you tried set the PHP version in the platform configuration of composer.json? No, I don't think so. I got 8.65 now. No. I don't even know if this is going to fix it. You can piss right off. Right, do you know what I'm going to do, right? Because this is really, really annoying me. I'm going to see if... what I'm going to do is, I'm on PHP 8. I'm going to create... I'm not going to use the new project. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to... Hey, Copper Beatty. Welcome back. How are you doing? I'm going to just create a brand new project. And then just try and add this package to it, right? And see if that works. I don't know what that actually... how that benefits me in any way, shape, or form, except for the fact that then I'll yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clear all these horrible red lines off my screen so that we're like chilled out with a nice blank screen with no horrible lines. Then I'm gonna do composer create project Laravel. And then call it like WebSocket. Because I think you can run the WebSocket server on a different Laravel app anyway. So push comes to shove, we'll just have to like have two apps in the short term till I figure this stuff out. Does that sound like a plan? Or does that sound like idiocy from the mumblings of an idiot? It's up to you. You decide. Let me know. Okay. What? No, what? Oh, did I call it WebSockets? Okay. There we go. Right. Now this will run. And it'll run on 8001. And then we just got this brand new Laravel app. Lovely. Don't look at my calendar. Okay, cool. So we got a brand new app running on 8001. Now I should be able to just do this, right? Without any nonsense now, this should work. I'm on PHP 8 and I got a brand new fresh install of Laravel. This should work. What do we think? Okay, it doesn't work. Good morning, Marcel. Require guys. Right, okay. I'm going to fix this. Laravel webs. Oh, let's try the latest tag though, right? Oh no, use -w. Use -w to update dependencies. Right, don't calm down. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's use the latest tag. Oh, you're on an issue thread for this issue. I probably should have thought about that. Okay, so this is not like me butchering all the dependencies, right? Oh, hang on. Why isn't chat code starting? Hello? Hello? Okay. Fine. It's fine. I guess open it. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not getting angry. I'm very calm. Nobody reminded me to make a cup of tea. You're all useless. Every one of you. Do, do, do. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Okay, can you repost that link for me, Felix, so I don't have to like move stuff across? This is the wrong project, so don't post it yet. This is also the wrong project, so don't post it yet. This is the right project. I can post it again myself, actually. I'm trying to implement websites in the Laravel 8 project, but I have several drawbacks. That's helpful. I mean, we could just run this in Laravel 7, right? If this isn't Laravel 8 compatible at the moment, we can have, what I'm trying to say is we can have this as a separate server. This does not have to be inside of the same project as the actual front end. I will try that suggestion now. Delete the composer lock and run the following command. This is a brand new project now, so I'm not going to break anything. So run composer.lock. Run this. Oh. Hello? I mean, okay. Huzzah? Question mark? Huzzah! Exclamation mark. Okay, so we go back to the documentation. I'm going to do this. Oh, okay. Do I try and run it on the main project? Yes, thank you, Felix. I agree. I should try and run it in the main project. Well done. You win. You think like me now, and that should scare you. It looks like it's working. I need to make a note somewhere. Or should it scare you that you think like me? No. New text file. Stuff when I get the new scenes. Heartbeat. Music to raise tension when I'm waiting to see if something works. Okay. Oh no, that's the queue. That's the workers. Okay, that's there. That's there. Is this going to actually work? Oh, that's the wrong one. No point. Get out of it! Pressing all the wrong keys with my fat fingers. Okay, so it's rendering. Boom indeed. Boom indeed. Boom, diddly boom, boom. Okay, cool. That was more difficult than expected. Now we need to do the migrations, which should be relatively straightforward, he says. I see you tweeted me, Lee. I see my notifications on my phone lighting up. I didn't see what you tweeted, but I see you tweeted me. Okay. Next, you need to publish the WebSockets configuration file. I can do that too. Now we should have a WebSockets configuration file in here. 6001 is fine. This package comes with multi-tenancy out of the box. Here you configure the different apps that can use the WebSocket server. Optionally, you can specify capacity so you can limit the maximum concurrent connections. Optionally, you can disable client events so clients cannot send messages to each other via the WebSocket. Why does it need the pusher app ID? Does it use that so that it's like a drop-in replacement, do we think? Ow. Not me, mate. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry, Lee. Who was that? Oh, it was Jim. Sorry, Lee, it was Jim. My bad. Okay, distracted. Okay, don't care about that. Let's leave that at 250, it's fine. There, and then we should just be able to drop this in as a replacement, right? And then, like, without any functional change, and this should still work. So if let's open a pusher. Dashboard. Sorry, Lee. Don't hate me. Don't hate me more. That would be cruel of you. Okay, we have a dashboard. My camera's so choppy. I hate it. Stop looking at myself. And then if we go to the debug console, and then if I mark one of these as red, it's removed. We should see the API message here. Wonderful. So when we use the new pusher, we shouldn't see the API message here, right? Well, thank you. That's very kind. And you're making me blush. Okay, so let's go back to the docs. I looked at that already. Okay, we've installed it. Basic usage as a pusher replacement. To make use of the Laravel webs in combination with pusher, I don't want to use it in combination with pusher. What? I thought the point was that you didn't use this in combination with pusher. When broadcasting events from your Laravel application to your WebSocket server, the default behavior is to send the event information to the official pusher server. But since the Laravel WebSocket package comes with its own pusher implementation, we need to tell Laravel to send the events to our own server. To do this, you should add the host and port to your broadcasting PHP. Yes. I think that's just unfortunate choice of words there. Maybe. Whom knows? Yeah, it is a replacement. It's just, it says it's in combination with pusher, which made me feel, which those words made me feel like it was like as well as rather than instead of, but it's just unfortunate word, and I think I'll make a pull request to change that later. It's all good. It's all good. No. Broadcasting. No, broadcasting. Anyway, you need to, in the options array, we then add this stuff. in the options array. Scheme. I guess that's because we're running locally and we don't have, but supports Pusher as well. Yeah, but doesn't this replace Pusher? Are you saying that you could use this and Pusher in a project, like for redundancy or something? I don't know. Stop getting distracted, Gab. It's fine. Stop getting distracted. Configuring WebSocket apps. The blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Oh, hang on. I have to take this call. I'm so sorry. This is rude. He hung up before I could answer it and then didn't answer when I rang back. It's the person who's building my brother's computer for him for his boy's birthday. Oh, I shouldn't give away birthday Christmas present stuff. For each okay, stop getting distracted. This stuff we've already done, right? That's fine. I don't care about that at the moment. Blah, blah, blah. The WebSockets package comes with out-of-the-box statistics solution. Lovely jubbly. Thank you. Did we turn that on? I'm playing with a penknife, which is only going to end in tears. Laravel Echo. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we need to update this, right? So that the front end uses Pusher as well as the back end. Where did we put that? App.js. Oh, hello. Hello. App.js, right? Or bootstrap.js, one of those places. Window.location.hostname, that's like Docker nonsense, right? Docker nonsense. Docker nonsense. Does that look right? I just set this to be in like the same as the other one. Just trying to see. Going there's so much problems that could happen here. Now I need to start the server, don't I? How do I start the server? Oh, okay. It's the next step. Because what we need is more tabs, please. More tabs. Let's start the server here. Yes. And then I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to stop everything and restart everything. Because I have this weird view that everything may break. Nothing's changed. Oh, where do we get to see the debug console for Laravel WebSockets? That should... Don't care. Debug dashboard. Joe! Hi. How do I start this crazy thing? Oh, it's just giving me a route here. That's quite cool. I am back. Yes. Connect. Is it connected? I guess we have to generate an event and see. It's the big moment. Drum roll, please. Do we think this is going to work? Doodaloo, doodaloo, dood. Start the server. I did start the server, Lee. I did. It started. It's here. It's here. It started. It started. Stop. I'm bad enough without you telling me, like, I haven't done stuff that I actually have done. Come on now. Okay. Okay, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs to run this app at the moment. Is it going to work? Nobody's actually, like, voting, which is good. 2 people say yes. That's interesting. That's interesting. Now the guy's phoned me back again, and I missed his call, so we're playing phone tag. It's all good. We're down to the last 10 seconds. I'm going to keep stalling. We're going to find out. Is this going to work? Is everything going to go pear-shaped? Is Lonaget power station chimney blown up going to actually be removed? We've clicked on it. The poll is out. 2 people say yes. 2 people say I am Groot. Of course they do. Is this going to be removed? It's removed. So, it's removed. So that means this has worked. But do we see a pusher event? We don't see a pusher event. Do we see a WebSockets event? We don't see a WebSockets event. But do we see an event in the dashboard here thing? We do. So this is working. Well, you should have seen the poll. Laravel sale. What is that? Is it like... right, I think that is something to do with... like, email? Email? Oh, it's Docker. Okay, I was going to say. Right, okay, so this works. This definitely does work, right? This definitely works. So now we can refactor. So we can get rid of pusher. Bye, pusher. Thank you. You've been amazing. Even though you're owned by a competitor, it's all fine. I'll take a look at sale on stream, maybe. Maybe later in the week we can Dockerize this bad boy. Get rid of that. I can't access the... Be sure to set the app URL environment variable to match the current URL where your project is running to be sure the stats graph works properly. Well, I can't connect using the dashboard, which is a little disappointing. I will be honest. And it doesn't actually give me any errors. I wonder if there's any in the logs. In the logs. In the logs. Is this using some kind of... Aha. This is using Vue.js. This is probably why the thing doesn't work, right? Is because I'm not using Vue.js. But I don't really care about that shit because I can see it in the... yeah. I'm a big fan of Docker over Valet. We use Docker setups at Jump24, so here is a Docker Compose out of the box is pretty neat with Sail. I'm using Vagrant and Homestead at the moment, but it stopped working for one of my team members, so investigating Docker. I use Valet and Sail works a treat. I use Valet, but I don't actually use Valet. I just use PHP Artisan Serve, to be honest, because it's like fine for my needs. This is the kind of place where you would want to use Sail. Question for all of you sailors. How easy is it to deploy your Docker setup to production? Does Sail give you any of that stuff out of the box? Should we just look at the manual? Are my arms freezing cold? Have I made a cup of tea yet? These are all questions we can't answer at the moment. Is this... It's just for dev-env. Because like I've deployed Docker containers to Google Cloud apps before, and it was so super easy. Anyway, stop getting distracted. We now need to refactor this, right? So we go to there was an endpoint, not news was updated. Update new, no, there was a Marcus Red controller. That's what we need. Okay. I need to make tea. Yes, I'm going to go make tea. I will be back. Don't go anywhere because we're going to make this much more responsive in the next couple of minutes. So I'll be back. Make yourself a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, glass of water, orange juice, beer, vodka, tequila, anything you want. Be right back. It's actually not Hulk Hogan's tune. It's actually by my really good friend, Ryan Davies. It is a wrestling style theme though, which I like. Green screen is not working. I have tea. Okay, let's take a look at what... No, I didn't forget to switch scenes. I'm just talking to you when I wanted to copy the link from Ryan's SoundCloud so that you could listen to his amazing composed music. Got a little tear in my eye. I'll take this hat off. You can't see my face properly. Didn't forget to switch scenes. Didn't. I'm catching up with chat while I was away. I just missed your face. I think it's designed to have the same stack as Forge, so your dev env matches. Jump24.co.uk. The site needs quicker career. You're with Vonage at the moment, right, Jim? Sorry, I shouldn't give people's information out on stream without their permission. I really do apologise. It's just we're such a cozy community here that I forget that we're on a stream to the world. I'm really sorry if I just said something I shouldn't. Yeah. judge me hard. That's not nice. Okay, we can get rid of that because we can see this here. So, let's take a sip of tea and remember what we were doing. Oh, can you see? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so what we want to do now is, who ate my face cake? Hello, Bagua. How you doing, my friend? How's things? I did forget, but I do remember that name. Like, that reminded me of something. Of course it's Yorkshire tea. Good gracious me. Of course. Okay, right, I'm distracted again here. Right, yes, what we want to do is we want to pass... Oh yeah, remember this? Leave this here as a reminder of the time that Gary was right and chat was wrong. Let's leave that there. Beautiful. Are you working with Brunty now? Or have been for ages, Bagua, right? I feel for you. Tell the guy he's absolutely terrible at Apex Legends and I hate playing with him. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to broadcast the event. So we need to update the event, right? The event should have a list of the news in it. Because at the moment, it's just sending the event. And what was failing before was when we were sending the JSON blob as the event, it was too big for Pusher over 10K and it was failing. So we should be able to re-implement that, right? So we can say private. No, I think it needs to be public for it to be sent. Let me remind myself of the documentation. Brunty's a wonderful human being, but he's just terrible at playing Apex Legends. Like, awful. Just awful at it. Awful. Lovely human, terrible gamer. Digging deeper. Digging deeper. I just wanted to remind myself of the rules. I wanted to remind myself of I was paired with him 10 minutes ago. You should definitely tell him. I was kind of hoping that would happen, right? I think it was all of the public properties. Should we just like pretend that I remember and not read it? So we say news, public collection, news. Doesn't actually need to be nullable, right? Because it should be created in construct. Construct. In fact, I can just use... Whoa! Hello? Who? Stop it! No, don't stop it. I love it. I forgot it was enabled, and that really did spook me. This isn't going to work, is it? Because that's not going to get passed in as a constructor. IDE error. IDE error. No, it only works. You need to put a line number, Lee. So, no, I can't do it. My buttons are chat codes. No, I can't type chat codes. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Okay. Yeah, I can't use constructor property promotion or whatever, right? I hate not having types here. We'll fix that in a sec. This news. Okay, I agree with everything you're saying here. Okay, here we go. Felix has done the work for me. Thank you, Felix. Except you've put new lines in where they shouldn't be required. Import this as a model. Okay, so we're setting the news on construct. Yeah, but will this work, actually? Question. Can anyone see what question I'm going to ask? The question is, will this work because I'm using a static method? It's actually a collection, Joe, because it's like, that's what gets returned from get, right? Is a collection. Collection. Because look, let me be honest here. The reason that I'm not sure if it'll work or not is because I don't understand statics and how they work and late static binding and binding this and binding that. It creates a new instance. Cool. That's fine. I mean, I could have actually looked at the code for dispatch, right? To see. Okay, I'm not getting down that rabbit hole. We definitely a try it and see type channel. What class calls the event? The controller at the moment. The controller. Let's try it and see. It's fine. It's totally fine. We can try it and see. We shouldn't need to change anything here because nothing will actually change. What I do want to do is go to the example, the React here, and when we get an event, when we receive an event, what that makes it as red. This removes the news from the state. We need to remove that in a sec because that is a bit. Come on, load news data. We got it. Echo channel. News was updated. Console.login. Okay, so we are console.login. Yeah, I might use the event. The difference here, right, is that we could use this event. We could use this event in loads of places where we don't actually. I understand what you're saying, right? At this point, we could create the news and pass it into the broadcast, but you call this event from hundreds of other places, and we will. So I kind of like the fact that it gets a fresh copy of the news at that point. I'm happy. I like the fact that we get a fresh, clean copy of the news. Yeah, this is the JavaScript front end. Sorry, Joe. So we're listening to the news was updated event that we throw from the back end. And when we receive that, we're going to console.log, and then we're not. This was the old way of doing it, where we heard the event and then we had to hit the API to get the data. Now we're going to remove this and we're going to use the data that's in the event rather than getting the event. So we're actually removing an API call here. Let us try it and see. Ross Atkins on the number 10 Christmas party Fallout. Goodbye. Nothing's happened because hello? Did we get the event? I need to remove the remove from DOM command bit as well so that we're not removing it from state by hand, which is what we did to make this run faster. So if I do that, this should only get removed from, this shouldn't get removed from the DOM, but I should be seeing the event, which I'm not seeing. So let's take a look at what's happening here. we are getting the event in the worker. Where's the worker? So there's two things that are in play here. There's a worker that essentially processes the event, which is actually working. And then there's the pusher replacement, which should receive the event, right? And it's not receiving the event. I don't think. Oh, it is. No, that's a subscription. It's been so long since I used Laravel. What are you using then? Symfony? Cake PHP? It's not getting the event here, right? Restart the worker. That is a very, very good shout. It's a very good shout, Felix. Yeah, we do need to restart the worker when we do that. Agreed. Boop. So I'm still not seeing the event here, but I didn't actually see the worker process anything either. I wonder if... Yeah, that's the... There's an error. There's an error in Felix's code. You should feel bad, Felix. You should feel so bad, Felix. You should feel bad. You should feel really bad. Like, I created an analytics pipeline, so my Laravel is getting aired out this week. What does aired out mean? I don't know, you coldums. Nah, you shouldn't feel bad. You should feel good. I don't understand what my Laravel is getting aired out this week means, but I'm intrigued. Beautiful. Beautiful. Tried and see. Oh, that was interesting, by the way. Oh, yes, I understand. I feel bad for not using Laravel. Taylor won't get his 9th Lambo at this rate, yeah. Like putting out a jumper to air before putting it to full use. I understand. I love Slim. Slim is fantastic. And in all honesty, I would probably use Slim if I was writing an app that didn't need like Laravel's authentication layer. Like the killer for me, the actual killer, the killer functionality for me in Laravel is just the authentication layer. Like I don't need 99% of the functionality, but who the hell wants to start a new side project or demo or something like that and then have to write their own authentication layer every time? You cannot be arsed with it. So yeah, that's why I always end up turning to Laravel for everything. It's just because I'm way too lazy to write the authentication layer every time. Slim is just... You don't have to say the name of your employer redacted, Jim. In fact, I think you were slightly AFK when I actually said who you worked for and then thought probably shouldn't say that because Jim may not want people to know, although you probably would want people to know given this role of your job. So, but it's still like, I probably should ask if it's okay for me to say who you work for before I say it. But then as a developer advocate, you're the face of the company and the community, so you should be glad I said it. But anyway, if it's okay for me to say who you work for, I will. I miss Symfony specific stuffs, but Laravel isn't bad. It's just a tool. Moving to something like Slim from Laravel for my day job is a shock to the system, like dealing with PDO, which I hadn't done for years. Yeah, but you don't, you can actually use other, you could easily use Eloquent in a Slim app, right? If you don't want to work with PDO. Inherently, Laravel isn't bad. What I'm the only reason, like, if I was writing stuff to go to, right, here we go. If I was in a job, a real job, of course it's okay. So you're still working for Vonage, right, Jim? Or that was bought out by somebody, right? But Jim works for Vonage, which are a fine purveyor of communication APIs. Second best in class. Like if I was going to be putting code into production, I would definitely have to think about what features of Laravel I would actually use versus what I wouldn't use, and then make a decision on whether to use a Slim app where I pick and choose bits of the Laravel stack or another stack into my Slim app, or whether I would just embrace Laravel as a whole. Like for an app like this, it would be crazy for me to not embrace Laravel as a whole because I'm using so many of the packages. But then again, in all honesty, what I would probably do for this app is have the front end as a separate app to the back end, and just have it as a static React app, the front end, and then the back end being the clever bit. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm getting distracted again. What was I actually doing before I started talking about frameworks? I forgot. Was there something that we should be trying it and seeing? Drinking tea. You're right, Copper. Thank you. How's the weather looking up there with you, my friend? It's a bit grim here. Not so good. Not so good. It's a bit damp out there. A little bit on the damp side. Did you see my new outdoor cam, by the way? Isn't that cool? It's not outdoor. You can see through my... I think I was in a try it and see moment here, right? Oh, let's just try it and see anyway. Boop. Do we get the event? We do get the event. And we have the news in it. Awesome. So now we can update the state, right? Cymru cam. Yes. Outdoor cam. Flashy. Well, not really, because it's not really an outdoor cam. It's just my old webcam that I used before Twilio bought me a Swish face cam, clipped onto my desk and pointed outside of the patio doors. So, yeah. But hey, it's a bit of variety. I don't have a cat. I was thinking about getting a cat, but I don't know anything about them. So I want to get a dog, but I'm not home enough to have a dog. Distractions abound. Okay, we need to go to the front end. The back end bit is working. My cat's an expert at joining meetings. I was in a meeting yesterday where the person I was talking to in the meeting's cat walked in front of their webcam about 5 times, and she was getting really angry, and I'm like, no, leave it. I love it. It's cool. So what we want to do is update the state, right? So let's keep E going. And then we've got data, news. So we just want to say this, beep, boop, React style, this dot set state, E data equals E dot data. Someone in the last stream said that there was a shorthand way of doing that. I've got 2 cats you can have free to a good home. Well, that would be quite cruel to relocate a cat that far. I could foster. Yeah, I could foster. I just don't know how much energy cats take, and like do they just go out on their own, or do you have to look after them? Like, I know you feed them water them and stuff, and they have litter trays, but I don't know. Shortway doesn't work in front of the property of another object. Yeah, okay, cool. Try it and see moment again. In fact, before we try and see, I'm going to go to the rendered HTML here. I'll find the anchor and say the href is just going to be like... Can I do that now? Because I think React complains about that, but whatever. Oh, Okay. Okay. What? It's working. It's definitely working. It's just... I don't know how... Okay, I'm going to read chat in a second. Doesn't href hash mean just go nowhere? What if I just leave it empty? I don't even know basic HTML. Oh, I've got target equals blank. That's why. Idiot. What an idiot. What an imbecile. What a buffoon. What a fool. What a idiot. I'm going to read the chat in 1 second. Right. Click. Didn't work. We get the object here. Okay. The state doesn't get updated though, right? Oh, I'm setting it to data and it should be news. Also, that's undefined, which is weird. Let's take a look at our constructor. And then I'm going to read chat, sorry. This state, news equals null. And this is not data anymore. This is news equals news. And chat's probably screaming to me about that. Okay. Dogs are a nightmare when taking over the web. As you know, mine bark like mad. Thankful. Crisp mutes most of the background noise. Shortway doesn't work when referring to the property of another object. If you did let data equals e-data, then you can do data. Cats are fairly self-sufficient, but can't do e.data. Food, pets, somewhere warm to sleep. Demons are 4 a.m. See, I don't like the sound of that. Our cats are good. Seed to themselves, just need food and water a couple of times a day, but we haven't got room for them anymore. Well, that's sad. See if this works now. 45. Okay, this is working. Main Marco, women abuse. Okay, so this should keep going to 44, 43, 42 as I click on these items. 44. 43. This is still slow, but it's definitely faster than what we had before. 42. 41. Now the other thing that we can do is we can empty the database using our composer our artisan command, right? Artisan empty something. Who knows? Oh, okay. We need to be in the right directory. That's for sure. Artisan. My naming of commands is definitely to be. So if we empty the news, that should update the front end. It does. Awesome. And then if we refresh the news, like it should definitely be news refresh and news empty, right? So you start with the action. You start with what you want to act on, and then this goes up to 47. Okay, this is really cool. This is really, 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 really cool. I like it. I like it. And what I like about it is that we have a fairly what's the word I'm looking for? We have a fairly use your words, Scar. Use your words. We have a fairly simple front end, right? If you ignore this nonsense that I should definitely move into a different helper class or whatever, then realistically, the component, all it does is it sets the default state of the news to be null. Then we got a method that marks things as read. This hits an API endpoint that just updates that row in the database to say I've read that. That's like hitting the mark as read controller essentially, which is super simple. It finds the ID, marks it as read and saves it, and then broadcasts a news as updated event, which triggers the front end update, which is really simple. And then on component did mount, we load the news data, which effectively just does an API hit to the dashboard, to the state controller, which just gives us the news so we can set up the state when the page first loads, right? That's all that does, which is really cool. And then we just listen to events. And if we get a news was updated event, we look at the payload of the event and replace the state of the array of news in the state with the one that we just got as JSON. We could even make this even more simple by removing load news data altogether and just having an API endpoint that triggers a news as updated event. So that we We're doing everything in the back end, essentially. And then we're saying if there's no news in the state, then just render empty div, because we're still waiting for the news to load. And if there is, just loop over them and create the cards, and then add that to the DOM. We don't need remove news from state anymore. This was a thing we were doing manually because we were doing an API, so we needed to actually remove it by hand when we clicked on something. I think that's quite elegant. Thoughts, suggestions, comments? Like, do we create a new trigger event endpoint that we can use so that we get rid of load news data, make this even simpler? I think we should, you know. It's like, get rid of that. Oh no, we need the promise, don't we? Otherwise it just times out, remember? And then the state controller, instead of doing this, we just do a new JSON response. So we get a 200, and then we say news was updated event broadcast, right? So that is now taking even more logic out of the front end in my mind. This shouldn't actually change anything here. There we go. That's making the front end simpler. The reason I did this at the beginning, for everyone who wasn't here, was because I want to make the front end stuff as simple as possible and have all the logic in the PHP, because I'm a PHP developer. And so now when I empty my database table and then trigger the fact that the database table is emptied, it just updates the front end automatically for me. And when I refresh the database table, it just updates the front end for me. I love this. I love this. I'm really happy with this. Nobody's speaking in chat, which I always get worried about because I think something's crashed or something. But I guess that could just be nobody has anything to say. So, fighting the pest converter tool. I mean, we probably should write some tests for this. Helping on Slack. Who are you helping on Slack? You should be helping me on Twitch, not helping other people on Slack. Oh, that was violent. I didn't actually mean to do that. Sorry. Co-worker. Well, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. That's fine. I mean, I really like this. I'm going to write some tests for it. Right in Nuxt. Yeah, you're fully into this. You're fully into this, and you X framework. I really want to look at that on stream. I really, really, really want to look at X framework on stream. By the way, that is definitely something I want to do. 100%. Where's my Scratch files? Scratch. Excuse me. What did I do? What did I? Oh no, I've lost my Scratch file that told me. There we go. Stuff I want to stream. Laravel sale. Laravel. No, X framework. How did I, what did I, when did I, why did I? Okay. Okay. Awesome. This is so cool. Okay, so we need to implement one more thing on this, and then we need to write some tests, and then I'm going to finish because I need to eat food, shove food in my face. In fact, let's take a look at what's in my diary, as is traditional for me. Oh, what? Something's wrong with my scenes. Hello? What? That works. Something's wrong with my scenes here, so bad. Can you? I'm enjoying the fact that you can see this as I'm clicking on it. So what? What? There's 2 Mac desktops. How can there possibly be 2? What? Confused. Confused. Whatever. Stop getting confused and distracted. We can go for this scene, right? That's fine. That's the one where you can't see my monitor. I haven't used this scene for ages, so you can enjoy my guest at this time. Yes, I have nothing until 2:30, so we can go a bit longer. Enjoy, Copper Beardy. Have a great day, and I hope you are doing well. It's so choppy. Does it look choppy on stream, or does it not? Anyway. Okay. Oh, I just reviewed my calendar. Look, my calendar, you can see that I had the Developer Evangelism stand-up this morning and a meeting with my colleague Lewis this afternoon, and outreach and Twilio user training. I am going to go to that at 3:30. Enjoy, Jim. Have a good... I know it's lunchtime, so loads of people won't be doing anything at this moment, but I'm gonna plod along, and if you want to hang out while you're having your lunch, then feel free to do so. Okay, so let's update this back to opening it in a new window. Opening it in a new window, which was Yeah, I don't know what it is, Joe. I've changed nothing my end. What I've had to do to get the camera to be this smooth is, in fact, I'll show you, right? In order to get the camera this smooth, I had to set it to 720p and upscale it in OBS. If I put it on back onto to the default resolution of the camera, yeah, I'm not muted, actually. I just don't have the mic in that scene because I need to put it into studio mode, right? So if I go back to... If I set my camera back to the default of the source instead of 720p, which is what I've had it on for the 2 years that I've owned this camera. Okay, and then... Now you'll see how choppy is that. Whoa! Oh, it's too choppy! So I don't know what the hell's changed. My system's running at 5% CPU usage, 141 gig available on the disk, and 736 meg out of 46 gig, running. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. It was just, I'll fix it off stream, you know. It was just, I was thinking, oh, how can I possibly get this working so I can just stream, because I was already a couple of minutes late. I don't know what the problem was. I just thought I'd share some behind the scenes footage for you. Now you can see something's not right here. Hang on, let's go back to... Oh no, it looks okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's weird. So I just thought, oh, I'll fix it later. I'll just downscale the camera. And do you know what? Probably rebooting my machine would help. I haven't rebooted it for I don't know how long. A long's times. Okay, so that's working. Now I want to put a little X in the corner. So if I don't want to read the news, I can just click the X and it'll remove it. And then oop. So we should be able to put like, well, width 11 out of 12. So we should be able to do another span here, right? Span, class name equals, why have I put clear fix in there? That seems like it was a mistake. Width 1/12. Is that a real width? Oh, everything's gone. Everything's gone. You may be like me where you have Docker installed but you don't have it running. There's no 1/12 width. Is that? Yes, there is. And then we want red, text red, like really red. There's a new version of Tailwind out as well. We should definitely have a look at that on stream. New Tailwind version. Work computer. I don't think I ever installed it. Well, you know what to do. X. Boop. That X is terrible, but it'll do, I guess. It like meets the ticket's requirements. It just needs a bit of styling. And then what we want to do is create an on-click handler for that. This dot, we've got an on-click handler somewhere that we should be able to copy, right? Yeah. We just don't want to open it in the... Okay, so now we should be able to click on that. So now we should be able to click on the title. Excuse me. Tea's gone cold. Oops. Now we should, if we click on the title, it should open it in the new tab and remove it. And if we click on the X, it should just remove it. But I need to say like hand. My PHP storm is so slow. Cursor. What's going on here? My whole pointer. Was the clicky hand. Clicky. Pointer. Okay, so that is a little slow. That's a little slow. It's a little annoying. I don't think that's so bad. Like, we could remove it from the DOM, but I just really don't like doing that, you know? What if we, like, make the card grayed out until the front end updates? Does that sound like it would be cool, or does it sound like it would be rubbish? Oh. Try it and see. I hate that music. I'm going to find some new music to replace that. You can tell me if you like it or not. Right, let's stop the chatting music. Unless any suggestions for video game music, greatly received at this point. I've had New Zealand Story and Bubble Bobble So if you have good video music that you think would be best to replace Try It and See, I'm up for it. Video game. You can't see my screen, I know. Music. What? Any like stings or something that... There's a really good website that I saw that had... I can't see chat now, so we'll have to open chat codes on here. I'm trying to think of good, like... Oh, maybe the Portal 2. Can you hear that? You can't hear that, can you? You can't hear that. You cannot hear that. Why can't you hear it? Anybody's guess. How can't you hear it? Anybody's guess. Desktop audio should... Desktop audio. Messing with the stream. Live on stream. Like a pro. Can you hear this? No. Oh. Can you hear this? Yes. Okay, so I'm just trying to see what... Too long. Stop! Too loud. Too loud. Hurting my ears. What stuff from Portal? I was like hoping for the Portal gun, to be honest. This is so... I know you can't see my screen. I can't figure out how to do this where you would be able to see my screen. This was a triumph. Making a note here. Oh, huge success. Huge success. Yes. We want huge success to be like... We want more audio on the stream, and I'm definitely going to do that going forward. This is my favorite game of all time. I mean, it's too long, but I absolutely love that. Portal 2 is my favorite game of all time, by the way, in case you didn't know. Like, if I had to pick one game, I would definitely pick Portal 2. 100%. Yeah, I'm looking for the short sounds now. Holy crap, sorry. I don't know what that is. Sorry, that hurt my ears as well as yours, probably. Are you still there? I need that, definitely, for... Nah. Yeah, I just clicked space, but I'm just getting completely distracted. I feel like I've just been ported to Cuba. Yeah, that's the Aperture Science theme. I love it. Hey, Sephiroth. I'm sorry, I got distracted looking for music for the stream and stopped coding for a second. We'll get back to it. That was the radio edit, Joe. So it was the weird filter on it, so it sounds like it's coming out of the radio when you're walking around the room, you know? Whoa. Shush. Yeah, whatever. Copyright strikes, you know. Don't bother me. Okay. Okay, that was annoying. Yeah, the copyright strikes don't bother me so much because I'm not really doing this as a career, so what's the worst that can happen now? Portal 2 sounds. Portal2sounds.com. There we go. If you get too many, you can lose your channel. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna like care too much. Famous last words. Space. Oops, that was loud. That was loud. Thoughts on Log4j? Funny saying it to a SQL guy, but my thoughts on Log4j, if you really want to hear my thoughts on Log4j, that was an accident too. You're not going to agree with what I have to say, but it's a failing of the open source system. The open source system is fundamentally broken, and volunteers had to keep.
Are you still there?
Volunteers had to keep a incredibly important Java package working. They wanted to deprecate the functionality that had the exploit in it or the bug in it, and they couldn't because everybody wanted backwards compatibility, blah, 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 blah. And then, that's what happens when you have 2 to 3 unpaid people looking after one of the most important libraries in Java. And this will happen more and more and more and more.
Hello, friend.
I like these soundboards, but nothing that we can use for try and see at the moment. Fundamentally, right, the open source ecosystem is broken at the moment. It is just fundamentally broken. Because you cannot blame volunteers for writing code that is vulnerable when they don't, like Laravel. We're working with Laravel today. Laravel has paid contributors to it. Then, even though the contract between you and the paid contributors is still zero, unless you're paying them, unless you're a sponsor or you're supporting them financially, you just can't. What can you do? These poor people are trying their best. 3 billion users. Yeah, but then why is that library being supported by, why aren't those 3 billion users financially supporting the library so that there's a staff of 4 people looking after it full time? It is what it is. It's bust.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
I like that one. Okay, I'm going to try find something for trying and see because I'm getting really distracted by everything.
Hey, moron.
Yeah, this is awesome. We'll take a look at this off stream, sorry. Anyway, distractions abound. Distractions away. Let's go back to coding. Okay. What was I doing? Apart from breaking? Oh, I really broke chat codes. Really broke it. I mean, I probably have a broken version of Log4j literally in the app I just had open there, which is awesome. Don't be sorry. It's I love talking about this stuff. This is kind of part of what the stream is. What was I going to do now? I've forgotten because I think I've actually got a working system here. Cake. Yeah, this probably has a broken Log4j as a dependency, right? It almost certainly does. Let's take a look. Yeah. I mean, I probably have a broken version of Log4j in this very project that's open in my IntelliJ. I think that my views, Seth, are definitely tainted because I have done a lot of open source work in the past, and I am good friends with people who do a ton of open source maintenance, and I see how much of a thankless job it is when they send me private chat messages to bug reports and issue reports on GitHub where people are just so entitled and are so demanding and are basically arseholes to the maintainers with this expectation that they should get this stuff for free when they really shouldn't. Hey, Scotty, welcome. We've been working on this effectively a Laravel app to test out how Laravel broadcasting works. So how can we broadcast events from the back end of how can we broadcast events that happen in the PHP to the browser? So I don't want to have to like update the front end. I want to be able to update the front end when things happen in the back end, essentially. And I can show you an example of that, where we have this React app here. This is just like a very, very, very simple React app that I can show you. So if you know any kind of state-based JavaScript framework, excuse me, I should have muted then you'll understand, like, this is essentially just an incredibly simple React component that renders some HTML based on what's in the state, in the news key of the state specifically. So we set the state to be null, and then when the component did mount, we load the news data into the state, which actually only triggers an event. And then we can use events in the Laravel app. For example, this news was updated event to send stuff via web sockets to the front end and update the front end by triggering stuff in the back end. And a really cool way to do that is if I run this artisan command, this command line commander will run some PHP. The PHP will empty the database and trigger the event. And you can see that the front end now is completely empty and we haven't refreshed anything. It's just using web sockets. And then if we refresh the news by all we're doing is hitting an RSS feed and essentially adding everything in the RSS feed to a MySQL database. In fact, I can show you this. It's probably easier. Refresh news command, update news command. So all this is doing is pulling in data from an RSS feed, which is the BBC News RSS feed, essentially. And then iterating over each item in the feed and adding it to the database. And then once we've gone through there, we trigger this broadcast on this news event, which essentially is a piece of PHP that says, update the front end for me. And that PHP triggers an update in the JavaScript on the front end by sending it the database, the rows in the database as a JSON blob in the event. So if I do a refresh news now and then go to the front end again, you'll see once that command is finished, we get an update in the front end. And I think this is mega cool. I've been doing this before with other things, and I'm trying to write a talk on updating front ends without a keyboard and mouse. My plan is, how can I leverage this to keep my front end of something, a browser that isn't in a traditional browser place, up to date by triggering stuff from PHP. And I tell you what we're probably going to do, Joe, again, is rewrite all of my browser overlays again, taking out Twilio Sync and using this single point as a single Laravel app as my overlays. Because I just feel like this is so much more elegant and simpler than the whole Twilio Sync thing that we were doing before that replaced the WebSockets that we're running directly from Laravel now. I don't know, you were there when we were building that. This just does feel more elegant to me. I don't know how you feel about that. I feel like I should write a single Laravel app that I can deploy somewhere, possibly to like Lambda, but maybe somewhere else that can do all of this stuff. I don't know how the workers would work. I mean, I could run it locally though, right? There's no reason why I can't have a Laravel app that I just click on a button when I start my stream. Or if there's a WebSocket. Does Twitch have WebSockets for... webhooks, for Twitch. Webhooks. Stream started. Because that would be really cool. We could create webhooks that automatically make this happen, right? I just explained I just explained Scotty B for like 5 minutes what I was working on. Sorry. Does Twitch webhooks? Do they have webhooks that they can? Twitch webhooks. Wait, there's got a Twitch developers docs. That's all right, Scotty. Sorry, don't have to be sorry. No, I was working on basically updating the front end from stuff that happens in the back end without polling and the users having to refresh the page using Laravel WebSockets, Laravel Broadcasting, and React. And I'm still using React because, I'm not going to change. I understand it. I mean, maybe we should go all in on maybe we should go all in on Vue.js when we build the new overlays, because that's what Laravel's opinionated, that's the opinionated stuff that Laravel uses, but whatever. So yeah, if I refresh the news from this PHP in the command line, the front end gets updated automatically without me having to do anything. I'm an intern on my second year at IT. You explain things really well process-wise. Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind. I do try my best to do that. So the fact that you've said that is really cool. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, before we get distracted, I want to make this grey when I've clicked on something, right? Yeah, it's a web app. It's a web app that's using Laravel for the back end and React for the front end. This isn't really an app that I'm developing. This is just something that I'm messing around with to try and figure out how this technology works before I start working on an app, if that makes sense. It's like, this is just me playing around with the technology. I'd also like to write a talk about this stuff. Like, I'm definitely doing the research here to say these are ways that you can do this. Different, 3 different ways you can do this as part of a talk. So we'll see. We shall see. Thank you, Lee. Hang on, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Cool. Twitch API. Awesome. Thank you. So if we open this and then... Oh, yeah, I broke it. I really broke chat codes. I blame you lot. Dev.twitch.tv event sub. There we go. Dev.twitch.tv. I've completely got distracted from what I wanted to do again, but I don't really mind that. dev.twitch.tv/doc/event sub. Cool, this is what we want. Yeah, no, that looks exactly what we want. Before subscribing to events, you need to create a callback that listens to the events. This sounds like it's perfect for what we'd want. So yeah, this is the next step where I write my new overlays in the new year using one single app rather than all of that, because you've seen how much nonsense there is going on at the moment with... Remember, I had the webhook bot that listened for commands in chat and then hit the webhook, and what I'd like is to just have an app I can just fire up. Maybe I can get this hosted somewhere, like using Forge. Maybe if I just went all in on Forge and DigitalOcean, I could have this just like sitting somewhere where I've got my own dashboard that I can use on stream. Who knows? Anyway, that's for the new year. What I definitely want to do here is make this go grey. I don't know how the hell I'll do that using React. It's like I should just be adding a class to it, but I guess we have an extra state saying clicked. Clicked equals Oh, no, that's the wrong place. Idiot. Let's just say news equals null. Clicked equals null. So when something's clicked on, we'll store the ID of it in the state here, right? Stick it on Forge and DO, problem solved. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to do it. Like, I can definitely throw a bit of money at this because I can expense it anyway, right? So I agree. Like, throwing this stuff onto DigitalOcean using Forge is, or even, in fact, I think Forge supports like Amazon or whatever. Yeah, and plus the Forge subscription, right? Which is $20 a month. I think, because I used to have a subscription and then they increased the price and then I stopped having a subscription. We won the on-click handler. What was the on-click handler called? Mark as read, right? So then we say this set state clicked equals ID. So that now we can say, well, if the ID is the same as the ID of the ID of the ID, then we need to add the disabled class to it, or grayed out class. Can we add disabled? Bootstrap. Oh, they still got the bootstrap files in here. It's fine, we'll live with it for now. I shouldn't have the bootstrap files in here because we're not using bootstrap. Why does it think we're using bootstrap still? Is it because it's in the compiled CSS? Get out of my compiled CSS, you piece of shit. Mark directory as sources root. No, not sources root. What do I mark the directory as? Resource root. Yeah, I know how to do it, Lee. I'm just getting distracted because I've got, in my code completion, I've got bootstrap classes. Hey, Sleventh Heaven. I don't know how I butchered your name. Maybe you can rank me out of 10. There's a command for that. What's the command for did I butcher your name or not? Name. Rate. Joking. You don't have to apologize. You know me. I'm just trying to figure out. Look, if I go to the classes here, right? I'm getting bootstrap prompts, and I don't actually have bootstrap name rating. Thank you. I don't have bootstrap installed, so I'm getting really like annoyed as to why it's code complete in bootstrap when it shouldn't. It's like it's using Tailwind, so why is this even? Is it because it's in like node modules? Okay, can I remove that? npm remove bootstrap. Oh, I'm gonna break everything here. 10. Woohoo! Thank you. Okay, that's gone now. Now it needs to index. I like to get distracted. It's part of my charm, right? Okay. Disabled. Opacity 50, maybe? I'm just seeing how this looks, by the way, before on all of the classes, before it didn't do anything. Good job. Okay, is it? Okay. Is it? Isn't disabled an actual HTML attribute? I'm just messing around now. Badly. So if that command had a counter, it would be in 6 digits. Thank you, Lee. You're being really nice to me today, and I like it. Opacity 50. Does that do anything? Yeah, that'll do, right? I mean, I can still click on it, but at least we get some feedback that I've clicked on it. So then we say class name after Ryan Giggs. Oh, yeah, we don't talk about Ryan Giggs. How do I forget how to freaking do this. Okay, React conditional class name. I forget. This is going to be so basic. It's just I've completely forgotten like how to do it. Oh yes, dollar. Yeah, okay, I need. Dollar. Oh, we're not in an object here either. That's the other problem. Any good resources, you know, for honing database skills? Sorry to pick your brain. Yeah, it's a good question. Lee Stables come up with Lee Stables. Little Bobby Tables came up with a good question. Like, in what sense? What kind of specific things do you want to... So what we need to do here is put this in an object. And then change these to backticks. Instead of... Okay, there we go. And now I can use a ternary, right? Item.id equals this dot state dot clicked. Then echo opacity. What did we say? Opacity. I've forgotten what we called the class name. Opacity 50. What was the class name called? Buy FarmSim 2020 and start a farm with me. I actually own FarmSim 2020, 2022. I think that'll work. This is a definite try and see moment. I own FarmSim 2022. I started playing with a friend, or I started playing on my own, and I just have no clue what the hell I'm supposed to do. So, hello, it's me, your Twitch fairy mod mother. Well, thank you. I'm stopping by to spread this. Thank you for doing what you do. Okay, thanks for that. Jesus. Football Manager. Oh, that was FarmSim I was playing, yeah. Yeah, that's not true. I don't believe that's true, but thank you if it is true, Fairy Mod Mother. I think that if it is, thanks so much. If it's not, meh. Okay, so if I click that now, it breaks. It breaks! Why does it break? Encounter two children with the same key. Key should be unique so that they maintain... It is. I'm from Twitch. Enjoy and have a great stream. Well, thank you so much, Fairy Mod Mother. That's very kind of you. Just for you to know that all of the donations on my stream go to charity anyway. So you just donated 50,000 bits to Travailing Boys and Girls Club, which is a local charity that I'm on the board of directors with. So thank you so much for your bits and have a great holiday season. And yes, I will be donating that ASAP. Thank you. And I'm sorry I doubted you, but there are so many people who can who do this stuff. Oh, you're verified as Twitch. I apologize. I should have looked more. Okay, what am I not caught up with chat? What am I doing here? Okay, we got an error. Counted two children with the same key. We shouldn't have encountered two children with the same key, right? Key should be item ID, and there should only be one item ID. Oh, that doesn't exist for a start. What the hell's going on here? Why? There's not two things with the same key. Like, I don't believe that. Children shouldn't have keys, especially car keys. My kids have got house keys. What do you mean? Like, they don't have car keys. Well, my eldest child has car keys. She owns a car. She's 22. What the hell are you on about? Talking shit. Yeah. I don't know what I've done wrong here. I guess we look, view, and inspect. It should have a key, right? Is it because this doesn't have a key? News, the ID should be... Oh, the ID's empty. I'm using the ID, which isn't the actual ID, right? Why is the ID empty? Why is the ID empty? ID's empty. I'm adding stuff into the news table with an ID that's empty. That's probably a very stupid thing to do, I would guess. The ID should be... Let's take a look at the news migration. The news migration. We're just using an ID that increments, though. What? My teacher is quite stale at college. This is far more engaging. Thank you. Thank you. I work for a company called Twilio. So they allow me to stream as part of my job as a developer evangelist. So this is... You should definitely thank... You should tweet at Twilio devs telling them that so that I get a pay rise. You should tweet at them and tell them how cool my streaming skills are, and then, you know, that'll be all good. What am I even doing here? Trying to look what's in the database, right? Data source, MySQL. Localhost, username root, password. Because this is the way I roll. Everybody, oh, you can't do the password. I can do what I want. Do what I want. I can have a password. I can have a password that's password for my local MySQL database. Aftershock. What the heck is that? Oh, that was where I was doing a map generator off stream the other day. Okay. Properties, different database. I did some coding off stream, you see, just to keep myself sane when I was off with stress. Believe it or not, just coding to myself really helped when I was off with some stress. What is the name of this table? Broadcast. Password was password. Database is broadcast. Test. Okay. Boop. There we go. So news does have an ID. Weird. It definitely has an ID in the database, right? What am I doing wrong here? Let's take a look in the... But instead, it doesn't have an ID. Have I, like, changed something in Laravel so that it's not revealing the IDs or something when it, like... Use your words, Gar. Have I changed something in Laravel so that it doesn't return my IDs when I do cast it using a to array? Like, is it masking the ID or something? Is that something that Laravel can do? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. To array. Models don't give IDs. They don't, do they? So do you think that I need to go to my event, right? Thank you, Felith. So I need to convert it to an array here, right? In fact, let's just boop this down onto different lines so that I can actually read what's going on. There. So if I cast it to an array, do you think... Because it's a collection, right? And casting it... Nope, go to the news. Go to the news. I don't know what you mean by go to the news. There's multiple news things. The news model. I'm going to guess you mean the news model. News. In the model, okay. While you're doing that, I'm checking my WhatsApp. Hear how loud my gaming keyboard is, because I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, by the way. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for you to tell me what to do, Feelers. I think chat codes is still working. If you want to just, like, take over my IDE for me while I answer questions on WhatsApp. Thank you. Oh, I need to override the to array. So yeah, if you're new here, Felis just used something called chat codes to interact directly with my IDE, so that I can get the wonderful people in Twitch chat to do my coding for me, which is cool. So is this is to array is part of the model, I would guess, right? And by default, it doesn't return the ID. Is that what we're saying, Felis? Like, by default, this implementation of the to array on the abstract class, or whatever this is the it's not the it may not be an abstract class, but you understand what I mean. On the parent class, let's say, masks the IDs. This add date attributes to array. This get arrayable attributes. So I'm guessing get arrayable attributes, get arrayable items. What the hell? You've flummoxed me already. Is that okay, let's try this and see. Let's try. Wrong button. Let's try this and see. This attributes. Is that going to be an array though? Try to see. We've already said that. Come on. Where's the best place to look at this? I guess I should. Do I have Tinkerwell installed anymore? I don't think I do, because I think I didn't install it on the new computer, because that does Tinker still come in Artisan? Model, app, model, news. I can never remember how to use this tool. This should be something that I do as second nature. App models news. All. Yeah, there you go. See, that's coming through though. Where we're using, right? Get. So what I'm doing now is just interacting with my code from the command line, so I can see what's getting returned. Is this a cheeky way of debugging it, really? Call to undefined method, app news attributes in the model. Okay, let's boop that out a sec. What? I booped it out. I probably need to, like, restart Tinker, right? Because it's cached it. Yeah. Yeah, but this is coming through here. What the hell is going on? Because this is definitely coming through. Right? Am I wrong? I've busted something now. Like, big time busted. Big time busted. Don't know what I've done though. I've done something. I've busted everything. Is it because in a bit of news, the model, but the news is updated event? Is it because I'm returning this as an array, probably, yeah? Yeah, I've changed the format of the... What I've done is... Okay, I've changed the way... Yeah. What I've done is... I've changed the way the use your words. No, I think toArray is actually providing the ID. I think the collection was masking the ID. That's what I think was going on. But what I've done now is I've got to do loads of crappy restarting. I've got to change the worker, right? Because the code's updated in the event. You sure? Something's masking the ID. Yeah, this isn't getting through now already. What the hell? News. Yeah, it's not getting through. Do the dump as you were. I don't know what that means either. So we think I don't need this. Like, okay. This, right, is... I should be able to see the event here, and I should be able to see there's an ID in here, right? I know this is difficult to read, but we're just looking for... Yeah, ID is 27. So it's actually in the JSON that's getting passed to the front end. So why the hell isn't it... Let's go back to the JavaScript and then let's go to the event handler and dump the event as it comes in to the console here. So we can see it coming in the front end in the console, yeah? Boop. And here it doesn't have an ID. So what the hell is... Something stripping it out in the front end? Very bizarre. I wonder if it's like casting it to a string or something. It's always like data being cast, isn't it? It's always data being cast. I don't know how to look at it in the network. I don't know how to look at what WebSocket data in the network. I guess here. Is that WebSockets? I mean, I probably should know how to... Oh yeah, they're here. Let me make this bigger. Yeah, it's here in the network pane. I didn't know you could do that in Firefox, by the way. This is cool. I've just learned that you can debug WebSocket events as well as other stuff in Firefox, which is, I mean, let's call that a win, right? It's definitely in the payload of the WebSockets. I reckon that this it's getting cast, right, into a string, and it's getting wrongly cast into a string. Your data model, does it allow assignment of an ID? In as much as my data model doesn't exist in a definition and is just a fluid blob of JavaScript objects, yes, it should. I don't know what's going on. My current thought is, oh. Can anyone see where I'm doing an assignment instead of doing a comparison? Therefore, assigning item.id to this state.clicked as we iterate over it. Can anyone see where I'm doing that? Oh, what an imbecile. No, of course I'm not alone. I've probably made this mistake 6,000 times in my programming career. Like, and that's a very that's a very, very, like... Okay, now if we go to components, Why can I go to components? Oh, I've busted React somehow, but this may work now. Okay, so we've done something else that now works, which is cool. I mean, it doesn't disable the on-click event. We still get the, like, cursor, but it's still cool, right? I click on that, and then when I come back, we can see that I've clicked on it and it hasn't been removed yet. And, like, if I was doing this app for real, I would probably have an animation of it, like, sliding out of the DOM anyway. Probably not, actually. That probably would be too much like hard work. But how do you disable it? I add a class of opacity 50 to it. Yeah, I think I overwrite the... I think I overwrite the cursor further down the stack, and I can't be bothered to add the... See? I overwrite the cursor down the stack, so and I really can't be bothered to, like, fix that problem. That's fine. Like, for the sake of this demo app, it's good enough, I think. You can't see, can you? I haven't changed my scene. It's like, it works, right? It's kind of cool. Can you set item state? Yes. Yes, I can. I'm going to confidently say that yes, I can, even though I don't really know what you mean. Yeah, so the way I'm... Oh, okay, I'll explain the way I'm doing it. Did you miss that bit, Felix? Possibly making tea. Yeah, we could do that, right? We can do that. I can do it by just saying if item ID equals this dot state dot clicked in the, like, and do that again in the anchor, and then do it again in the where I'm setting the cursor pointer here. Like, I could easily do it. I just can't be bothered to implement that because this is just a throwaway app that I'm gonna throw away once this stream finishes. Because this is cool though. Tony, sorry for missing Advent calendar chocolate stand. Self-size ethical chocolate has apologized for deliberately leaving one of its Advent calendar windows empty to highlight inequality in the industry. Oh. Jerks. Because, of course, kids love it when chocolate manufacturers leave a chocolate out. They're not excited at all every morning to open their Advent calendars. And, you know, they really will think hard on the fact there's a chocolate missing because the company wanted to make an ethical statement. Yes. Miami is banking on cryptocurrency and New York wants in. Oh, God, cryptocurrency. Don't start me on that. This is really cool. I'm really happy with this. The question in my mind is, and I will let you into this, and then I'm definitely going to go and grab some lunch, is in the other app that I'd written using Firebase. Oh, you're lucky dab, Felix. You deserve it. I mean, I'm all for over-engineering my sample apps, Lee and Felix. So maybe we do add some animation to this, and then, like, I'm genuinely tempted. I'm 50-50 on whether this is an app I actually want to develop and use in my real life, because I wanted to... Craig Simps. I was using this to... the bot's back. Use your words, Gary. I don't know what words I want to say, though. Well, just use them anyway. Essentially, what I was hoping to do, right, was have columns here for stuff in my life that that I would use to as like the go-to place to go to see what's going on in my day. And BBC News is just something I look at periodically throughout the day. So that was the first column I did because it knew it had an RSS feed. But other stuff would be like a column with YouTube videos. So any new videos from people I am subscribed to would appear in this column so that I can say, I'm going to watch that one. I'll leave it there, but I'm going to close that YouTube video. I'm not going to watch that one. I've watched that one already on my iPad, so I can close that one. And then I'd like to have a list of events that are happening today from my calendar on a tab. So this view, like this, the column would be what the hell I've got going on in my calendar today. Like I didn't, that's not a leak because I deliberately showed my calendar. Like, come on, Craig, try harder. Yeah, so I think the trick here would be that people would be able to write their own, that we would put this on GitHub, I agree, and people would be able to write their own connectors, right? So you could write a connector that would shove stuff into a table, and that table would be displayed, it would be extendable that way. So I've got the stuff that works for YouTube, by the way. This is where I'm almost certainly going to leak. But I had to do this in 3 steps. 3 steps. I had to do where I get my YouTube subscription list as a command and update that in Firebase. So this was all using Firebase, but I could easily look, what have I done? Quick, hide my screen. Whatever. Exclamation mark leaked. Or what was it? It's not leaked. Secrets. Yeah, whatevs. This is a read-only token, by the way, to my YouTube stuff. So what this does is it grabs my list of the list of channels that I'm subscribed to and shoves it in Firebase. So this would be really easy to implement in the new project. Yeah, it would be super simple to implement in the new project. Clipping it anyway. Yeah. I need to remember how to cycle that ASAP. It is read-only though, that's for sure. So it's not like you can like subscribe me to your channel or whatever. But there's a problem. So there's some problems with this if other people wanted to use it. I'm going to show you how this works now anyway. So first of all, right, we get a list of subscriptions and we shove it in Firebase. So this just creates a list of subscribers in Firebase. Why don't I use environment variables? Because, Joe, I did this off stream when I was just coding for my own sanity and didn't really think that I would ever work on it in front of anybody else. And then I decided to show you on stream. Thank you. Description. Missing S, actually. Yeah, but we could, so what I mean is we could definitely like, we could definitely make this more, but let me just explain how the YouTube bit works before I get distracted by chat. So this essentially goes to the YouTube API, pulls down the list of pulls down my list of subscribers and shoves it in Firebase, persists it essentially. And then we've got update pub/sub command, and this pulls my list of subscribers out of Firebase and does an API request to the pub/sub, to YouTube's pub/sub API, telling it that when any of these subscribers post a video, can you do an HTTP request to my webhook here? Yeah. So that's what that does. And it's a 2-step process, because if I show you how this works, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel, Joe. Like, I will definitely subscribe right now if you have a YouTube channel, 100%. So I really will. I genuinely didn't know. I thought you only streamed on Twitch, so that's bad. So if we go back to live feedback, and then do artisan. One of them does the subscriber count, right? YouTube subs. You'll see the problem here. Although this is not necessarily a bad thing. Before the automated stuff works, you need to do this. And essentially what it's doing now is saying, oh, I need an auth code. So I need an auth code from YouTube. And then I open this in my browser and then I say, here we go. I'm definitely like revealing stuff here. And then I copy that to the clipboard and then I paste this in here and then it goes and gets my list of subscribers and shoves them in the. And now you can see like everyone I'm subscribed to as well, which is pretty embarrassing, but that's fine. So but this is not necessarily a terrible flow, right? Because you don't need to do that all the time. You only need to do that periodically when you've changed your subscribers. So my question, like, I'd love to implement the YouTube one next, and then my thing is, shall we just work on this as a project? And I'll shove it up onto GitHub and. Yeah, I think so, Felix. So could you use social login on your app and not have to do that? Quite probably, Craig Sims. I don't know how I would make this generic. Like, making this multi-tenant could be a problem, but if we were just saying, well, it's not multi-tenant hosted, it's like clone it and then run it yourself locally or host it yourself locally app, I don't need to worry about it being multi-tenant. I couldn't figure out how to get this to work. I'm using this as a. So what I'm doing is I'm using this as a command line, right? But what we probably should have is a dashboard where you click a button to refresh your YouTube subs rather than like run it in the command line. And when it's a web flow, getting thrown out to authorize the YouTube and then taken back to your app is a better flow if this was happening in the dashboard backend anyway, right? The only reason this flow is weird is because I'm running it from a command line command rather than in a browser. If this was a button in a browser, you totally expect a pop-up to say, do you want to authorize the Lifey app to access your YouTube subscribers? And you say yes. That's exactly what I expect to happen. So the flow is good if this is a button in the browser. It's only bad because I implemented it in the as a command line command, right? I think that makes sense anyway. I think that makes sense. Sorry, we could make this multi-tenanted, so that people could log in, create an account, add, picks from some columns that don't need any kind of authentication, like BBC News, and pick from some columns that do need authentication, like their calendar for the day, or, I wouldn't mind having number of emails, for example, I've got as a box, as a column. How many emails have I got? I wouldn't mind having like an Airtable plugin where I can see things from Airtable here. This could be cool. Anyway, distractions abound. Distractions abound. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. I'm in. I'm all in. And I think we're going to use this broadcasting system. I think that's something that I'm definitely going to be using as... I'm definitely going to use this broadcasting system. I don't know how much I need to tidy up before I can push this to... Not this. This. Can I just push this? There's nothing in here that's... I don't have any credentials in this one. The only one I have the credentials in is the one that was using Firebase. I think this is just ready to be pushed, right? Missing. Nice. I think this was from a different file. Change event to more generic and receive the data instead of on construct. No, I don't know if we need to do that. I don't. We'll talk about that next time. But I don't know if, like, when you create a new column, you create an event. You create an event to update that column, right? Like, if I was going to create a new column now, a new YouTube column, I would create a YouTube was updated event as part of the, like, it's I know it's less magical, but it's like more, I prefer that. It's like, oh, we want to create a new YouTube event. YouTube was updated event. And then we go to the front end and we would say, okay, I got a YouTube column. Or this would have to be more generic because it'd have to pull the... Yeah, that's fair. We'll see how it looks next time. We'll definitely see how it looks next time, but I do have to go. I'm really hungry. What time is it? 20 to 2. What time did I say I had a meeting? I've forgotten already. 2:30. Okay, yeah, I do have to go. Do I have anything else on? Oh, I can't really stream again this afternoon. Git commit. I don't think this is git initted. 2:30. We used to say, it's probably really inappropriate, but we used to say Chinese dentist, which is probably not acceptable to say, so I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but, you know, we were kids. It's fine. It's probably a nasty thing to say. Not a Git repository. Cancelled. Cancelled! I'll never see it. Used to say it and say it now. Well, I did say it now. I just, you know... See you soon. Maybe add this. React explode. Now, stop distracting me. Stop it. I want to eat food. I've been playing Icarus, Craig, and I'm really, really, really enjoying Icarus. Like, big time enjoying it. It scratches the itch of like a really, really difficult game. Because I am a big fan of difficult games. But without the... I'm petrified to, like, walk around a corner. Have you played any? Because I've been watching Pestily play on his subathon quite a bit. And the new map and stuff looks really cool. React Explode is a collection of explosion animations made in SVG and GSAP. How far have you got? Like, have you died a lot? Oh. Well, that was disappointing. That's slightly less disappointing. Yeah, this is cool. I don't know where we'd use this, but I mean, we could use it if that's what chat wants to do. I think I died about 60% of the time. Yeah, that I get really angry. See, when I die, I just get really angry when I die, Craig. Like I don't mind dying to scavs. I just get really angry when I die to somebody who's just been sat in the dark, like watching me for 20 minutes, waiting for me to walk around the corner, and then just guns me in the face. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Because I want to get stuff done, and I could creep round, but they can still hear you because of the audio mechanics in there. Distractions abound. Oh yeah, I was doing the Git stuff. Did I do that already? Yeah, I guess you can at least give them some boost on Vibe. I loved Vibe. Did you play any of the Cycle Frontier, Craig? Because I really, really enjoyed the Cycle Frontier because it was a little. There was. I'm not committing my secret, am I? Am I? Which secret am I committing? The Google one. The Google one was in a different project. But I am concerned that I'm now committing my secret. The YouTube one. No, that was in a different project, Joe. But I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you like checking that because it totally could have been something that I was, that I, I did. No, don't be sorry. It sounds like exactly something I would do. I did play a bit, enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. The reason that I get frustrated with Tarkov is because there's such long queuing times. So the fact that in the Cycle Frontier, you could just like jump straight back in if you lost a fight, really made it much more fun for me because I feel like the long queuing times add an extra element of peril to the game, which isn't part of the game's design, right? The game's design doesn't say, oh, you should be hanging out in a queue for 10 minutes as part of the suspense. Like, that's not part of the game design. So, I don't know. I really do enjoy Tarkov. I just, sometimes, other times, it just really, really frustrates me. Now I need to go to GitHub. It is a fun game, you know, let's be honest. It's a lot of fun. I've broken something. Oh, there we go. Early wipe is the most fun. I know, I never really play early wipe because I don't know why. I normally wait for a bit to play. Authy. But perhaps I should just play early wipe, yeah. I'm just logging into GitHub with my 2FA, that's all. What do you mean 2FA failed? No! Oh, I'm using the Twitch 2FA, idiot. Yeah, okay, that'll do it. We just sent you a message via SMS. Why am I trying to use Authy for it then? These SMS companies need to sort their shit out. For sure. What? What? Felix? What did you do? I've missed all that conversation now. Oh, it's okay. There was nothing. My mouse died. Naughty. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's just call it broadcast for now. Yeah, I've seen that happen before. I knew it was going to be something like that. I just really enjoy winding you up and pretending I'm like annoyed when I'm obviously not. Excuse me. I can eat soon. Slack tick tick tick, yeah. Okay, so this is where all of the stuff that I've committed that is I can hear your Slack go off. I don't have my Slack open. Do I? No, I don't have my Slack open. So what am I doing? What was I doing? There you go. So feel free to play around. I'm gone. I will definitely stream another day this week. What day that is anyone's guess. But thanks for hanging out. I've really enjoyed everybody's company. I now need to see if anyone I know is streaming. I mean, there's only 6 of us, but we can see if we can raid, right? We might as well. No, nobody I know is streaming, so it'll just be the end of everything. See you soon. Love you, bye.